With so much software available in the short-term rental industry these days, it's increasingly difficult to keep up to date with what's on the market and to determine whether it's a maybe or a must-have for you and your business. So meet one provider each week in a short interview, learning what they do and what they offer. So if you have around 15 minutes to spare, it could prove to be a very good investment to stick around. So let's see who and what is out there, one by one, with me, Deborah Larby, also known as the Guest Inspector. Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Techsplained with the Guest Inspector. When you start out running a holiday rental business and then perhaps growing your inventory, there's always a question of who's going to buy the toilet paper and the shower gel, and where do we store it? And what about the dishwashing liquid and the scourers and the dishwashing tabs? Is there a cupboard we can lock at the property? Or how do we get the stuff to the cleaners to take when they go to clean? And how many little bits are involved for each property? Logistically, this can be a plain old headache. Between the guests, the cleaners, the linen, and all these additional amenity items, that headache can be a nightmare. But today, we'll be alleviating that headache somewhat. Today, I'm chatting with Joy, who will tell us all about Sojo and how it can help. Hello, Joy. How are you?
Hello, I'm great. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you very, very much for joining me. So
Thanks for having me.
Pleasure. We're going to launch straight into it. Joy, in one sentence, can you please tell me what Sojo does?
Yes, Sojo is an automated guest amenity platform. I think that's the most succinct way to say it. I think we can dive into exactly what that means.
Yeah. So I'm a property manager. I'm coming to you. What do I see and what do I get and how does it work? We'll do each step, but what do I do and what do I get?
Sure. So at the end of the day, what you're going to get are all of the amenities that you are typically putting in a home on every turn day. So you set it up very nicely. It's things for the bathroom, it's things for the kitchen, it's things for the pantry, those things that you're going to 100 different places to purchase, putting it all together at your office, and then either you or your housekeepers are delivering it on every turn day. So that's what you're going to get from Sojo at the end. How it works in the beginning is you're setting up with us how you'd like to receive them, what you want in every home, and we're managing that on our side using our technology platform.
So, for example, for each property, I will tell you how many bathrooms, whether it's a guest bathroom or if it needs shower gel and things like that. So we establish like the inventory for each property.
Right. And the good news is because we are a technology platform first, that's really everything is based on our platform. We are going to connect to your PMS or someone like a Breezeway where you're using for housekeeping and maintenance. And we're going to plug it there. So we're going to pull all of your property information. So we'll already know how many bathrooms each property has or how many kitchens each property has. So that work is done for you. All you're telling us is this property over here is super luxury. So I'd like to have more luxury amenities delivered here. This property is in a condo complex. We need just basic, simple amenities delivered here. So you're doing that work to assign amenities to properties. And then what we'll do is we'll actually use your reservation data from your PMS or from Breezeway to ship those amenities just in time for every turn day. So we're not going to ship you bulk boxes of shampoos and coffees. We're actually going to ship you the amenities you select for that property a few days before every checkout date. So all your housekeepers are doing is just picking up the kitted amenities and plugging them into the home.
So is each inventory per property, is it changeable? For example, like if I don't have a dishwasher, I don't need the dishwashing tabs, I'll let you know. So that's part of the new inventory.
Yes.
So
it's all very customizable.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and some people will even change things by season too. So maybe there's during the summer season, they want something special included. Or maybe it's a pet-friendly property. And so they'd like a pet-friendly amenity, a pet-friendly gift on arrival. So we can, trigger things based on different, whatever those attributes are about a reservation that you're currently right now digging through and trying to customize. That's where we come in and are really helpful because that's our bread and butter. And that's what we do. We take that headache out of your everyday.
I want to talk about shipping a little bit later, but right now I want to talk about the actual products. So you've got the different ranges. You've got the basic and you've got the luxury.
Yep.
How big are the portions? So for example, if I've got guests only coming for 2 days or guests coming for 2 weeks, how does the portion size work?
Yeah, good question. Right now, it's pretty standard. It's 37 milliliters, your standard travel size, shampoos, conditioners, dish soaps. It's meant to act as a starter kit, should get guests through 5 to 7 days. And most property managers will set that expectation through the booking and pre-arrival communication process. You're going to be receiving starter amenities. Don't plan on us being your full provider for everything you're going to need, but enough to get you through the first few days so you can enjoy your vacation without having to run to the store before you go to sleep that first night. And we'll see some, again, you can use seasonality. So we'll see some managers to say, during the summer season, we really need 2 bottles of shampoo because we do see longer stays, or we require 1 week stays in the summer. So we can ebb and flow a little bit with your calendar. We'd love in the future to get smart enough to know how many guests booked. Therefore, how much shampoo do you really actually need to serve the number of guests on the booking? That'll be coming soon. But for right now, you're just going to get those starter kits.
Yeah, I think starter kit is a very good way to put it, because then the guest doesn't have expectation that, I'm going to have shampoo for my whole stay necessarily. But that's good. Now, the items, they are Sojo branded, correct?
That's off the shelf, easy. You can get Sojo branded product today, but we love to white label product for property managers. And everything, our products arrive kitted up by room in either a box or a bag, and everything down from the box all the way down to the package that the dishwasher tablets come in can be customized. And so we've got a design team on staff. We work with clients and use their brand guide or their website or information about their market to create a custom design for them, and then manufacture that on their behalf and store it and ship it just for them. And I love that because I think it is a great and easy way for property managers to turn an OTA booker, someone who came from Airbnb and VRBO, into a direct booking booker in the future. It's not salesy, it's not pushy, there's no coupon code. You're just letting them know that who they booked with. And the amenities are beautiful. And again, they're kitted up in these cute little boxes that people often take home with them. So it turns into almost a guest gift as well.
I was going to say, who doesn't take home those little tubes, really? You're taking the brand home with you. That's great. Yeah. I like the idea of the branded amenities. Yeah. Now, shipping. How does the shipping work exactly? I mean, if we're talking about someone with a few properties versus someone with, 100 properties, how does the shipping work?
Yep. It actually works the same regardless of property manager size, really, at the end of the day. So our founder, his name is Max Farley, he comes from the shipping and logistics world. That is his bread and butter, is on-time delivery and logistics. So we've got a huge warehouse in Dallas, Texas. That's where we store all the amenities, and a big warehouse team there managing all of that. So what happens is when we see a reservation for property manager 123, we go see which home the reservation is for. We know that home has 3 bathrooms, 1 kitchen, 2 half bathrooms. We've got our team, they go grab all the corresponding amenities. They put them in a box just for that home. We'll label the box with that home's name and address and the checkout day. It's all color coded, easy for the team. And then that's the box that goes out for that home specifically. If you've got 10 reservations turning on a specific day, you're going to get 10 boxes. And typically property managers like those to arrive 3 days before checkout. So that gives them time to receive it, put it in their office or their warehouse, get it staged for the housekeeper. And then that housekeeper will swing in when it's time for them to do the departure clean, pick up the box and often the linens and the terry to go along with it. And they're off to the races to the home.
Do you also, I was a small property manager, so I didn't really have an office.
Sure.
Do you deliver to the property in the changeover window?
We can. Yep. Because we're able to specify exactly when we need things to arrive. That's really our bread and butter, is that delivery piece. we can deliver to the property as well. So if that's easier, or, oftentimes, especially for people who are just managing 1 or 2 properties, maybe it's on their street or it's in their neighborhood and they want it to go to their house.
Yeah.
They're able to dictate where the goods go, whatever's easiest for the manager.
Okay. And now what happens, what sort of notice do you need? Let's say I've got a checkout on a certain day. I don't have a booking for a while, but then boom, the day before I get a last minute one for tomorrow and I need amenities tomorrow. Do you have some sort of, last minute emergency delivery for the next day?
Yes. And the good news is because it's checkout based, right? So if I've got a guest checking out today, we're delivering the goods for that checkout. So you're ready for the next booking, regardless of when it comes. So we've got a small window, if you've got like 2 last minute bookings, we can overnight you goods if we are able to. If not, property managers will keep what we call a safety stock. So they've just got, enough for emergencies or if a guest requests something additional. But we are able to, see those last minute bookings and if needed, overnight goods to make sure that they get there in time.
Yeah. Now, I get it now about the checkout. So it's there after the guest leaves, ready for the next one.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Very, very good. Okay. And how do you time these deliveries? If you're guaranteeing these deliveries, you're based in Texas. So obviously your audience is US. Is it all over the US?
All over all the way to Hawaii. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's the cool thing about it is because we're going to see all your reservation data, all those check-in and check-out dates and associated homes. We're going to say, all right, we know that you have a checkout this week on Friday. And we're going to say, all right, what day do we need to ship that box in order to make sure it's going to get there in time? And that's on us. You're not worrying about that, right? You just get to see the box when it shows up at your doorstep.
You're the logistic experts. Yes.
Yeah, we've got a really close relationship with the major carriers. And so we've been able to work out a lot of predictability, and we're able to, guarantee. We have a 99.5% on-time delivery guarantee. That's really, in this last few years, shipping has been a nightmare for everybody. And I hear from a lot of property managers who were like, I ordered shampoo and it's somewhere. I don't know, like I just cannot get it. Supply chain's a nightmare. And I really think that's a benefit of Sojo is just, that's not an issue anymore. You're not tracking down from different suppliers where all your goods are. And, I hear, I was just at a property manager's office a few weeks ago and they were like, we're out of lotion and that's it. We can't get any, like, we just can't figure out how to get more. And so it really is an issue. I've seen it on the ground and that's a big pain point we're able to solve.
Yeah, great. I do want to touch on sustainability. I noticed that your boxes and your boxes are recyclable and your bags are biodegradable, but there is talk about the single-use plastic. Are you doing something about that?
Yeah, I mean, when we launched Sojo, the idea was, let's start with 1 for 1. What are property managers doing today? And let's serve that need. And then we can start to, feel the market shifts and even coach people towards a better solution as we grow and have that purchasing power in order to pull that off. So later this year, we're launching an eco line, which is kind of our first step towards sustainability. So the actual bottles themselves are made out of wheat straw. So the whole thing is biodegradable. So that's a good first step. Even then that can be a little expensive and cost prohibitive for property managers. So we are looking towards next year, looking into, some of those refillable options or whatever it is. I know California actually is banning the use of single-use plastic. So we'll be, that will force our hands to come up with a solution here pretty quick.
Yeah.
So it's something that we're constantly looking into, and we'd like to be, a partner that helps encourage our clients to go that direction as we go that direction.
Yeah. That's great.
And it's a kind of a hard one because guests are expecting those single-use plastics too. So balancing guest expectations and the history of what's been done and what they're getting in hotels with, the fact that they're single use. And we do have a recycling program where people can put all those bottles into a box, ship them to our partner, and they will recycle the single use on their behalf. But even then, they're still single use at the end of the day. So it's an ongoing conversation.
Yeah, great. That's good. Now, what do you think is your unique selling point? Do you have one?
Absolutely. I think I think at the end of the day, I'd like to say that our unique selling point is that property managers will never kit amenities again. And I like to say that because I think there are few vendors in this space, few suppliers in this space that really speak to the boots on the ground team, the people who are doing the work, the housekeepers, the inspectors. And that's the group that we really want to serve, is those people who have the most mundane jobs of taking a trash bag and putting one shampoo and one conditioner and one body wash and tying it up and taking it. I mean, imagine if you had 500 to 1,000 properties and you've just got one person whose full-time job is to do that. And I think saying that we never kid again has good, maybe unintended consequences of just employee satisfaction in their job. Is just, we're taking a lot of those mundane tasks out of the day-to-day for those kind of unrecognized employees in property managers' offices. We love serving that group. It's just a fun, underserved group. And so, yeah, I would say unique selling point is that they'll never kid again.
Yeah. And what is the benefit of using your product? I suppose you've just touched on it with the staff satisfaction, and you are going to be saving a hell of a lot of time running off to the supermarkets.
Yep. Yeah. I think that trickles up, I guess, into the management of the whole amenity program. So there really is just this ball that gets taken out of the air where you're not worrying about how much you have left and ordering, and you're not worried about quality concerns or supply chain concerns. It's just kind of that piece of the business is now in our hands. And we've got it, you're good. And so you can focus on things that that suppliers can't, which is all of the guest facing pieces, the things that humans really need to be doing on the property manager's side. It's like a piece of technology that just kind of bleeds into some of the actual boots on the ground work that's being done.
Yeah. So who is your target audience? Do you have sort of like a sweet spot in terms of number of properties, or is anyone?
Technically anyone. The pain of managing amenities doesn't get easier as you scale, it just gets bigger. And so we started with serving bigger property managers. We wanted to really prove that our warehouse and our logistics operations could serve that audience first, and kind of worked downstream. I think right now, I would say our sweet spot is between 50 and 150 properties. That's where people are, they're not able to do it themselves anymore, really, and they're ready to give that piece up. We can work with someone who just has one property on Airbnb and they send us their iCal link and we're off to the races. It's a great service for them as well. But right now, I'd say our sweet spot are those kind of mid-sized property managers. Yeah.
And we did touch on that. So to date, right now, your audience is only the US.
Correct. Yep. The next venture will probably be Canada, Mexico. We're getting a lot of asks, especially from Mexico. And so once we can prove that we can do just as good of a job delivering on time there, we'll open up those markets as well.
Yeah. Okay. Now, how much does it cost? I know you've got the two different, is it just two different levels, basic and luxury?
We've got 4 off-the-shelf levels right now, from basic all the way up to luxury and eco. Then property managers, if they're private labeling, of course, can mix and match and create their own.
Yeah. Okay. And so obviously there's a sliding scale, or is it, if I've got 100 properties and they all have 100 bathrooms, does it change? Or is it just every bathroom, for example, costs this?
Yep, a little bit of a sliding scale, also dependent on whether you're doing private label. But the way our pricing model works is you're going to have a charge per home, if that makes sense. So if the bathroom kit costs $3 and that's everything for the bathroom, and the kitchen is $4, and you have 2 bathrooms and 1 kitchen, you're just doing some math to figure out how much that home costs. That's really a good benefit too, because it provides some predictability on the pricing side of this, which is often really unpredictable because you're sourcing from multiple vendors. And so we often see, because of the predictability, is that property managers will treat this as a pass-through cost, where they're passing that cost on to the owner in the form of a monthly amenity fee, or to the guest in the form of an amenity fee, which they're often already doing, but now they can prove that they're actually charging the right amount based on the amenities that are being used in the home.
Yeah. And is there a contract to use your product, to use your service?
If you're just using the Sojo product, it's month to month, super easy. If you're private labeling, we do ask that you commit to just whatever that first order is, right? Because we're putting your brand on it. So there's a small commitment there.
Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to go back actually to what the service. So for example, if I'm a property manager and I know the guest coming is having an anniversary and I wanted a bottle of champagne, could you provide that as well?
Not to champagne, not today. But
Right.
the next program we're launching is going to be a guest gift program. We're just getting ready to launch that with a pilot customer. So that can look like a couple things. It could be, we see someone is arriving and they have kids. And so you want to have a cool game that's branded with your company, as well as something for the parents as well. And that can be included in the box with the amenities, so the housekeeper can just place it in the home. We also, because of our shipping and logistics power, are launching a pre-arrival guest gift. So it's something that arrives to the guest's home a few days before they leave for their vacation, with your branding and a card that says, "We can't wait to see you," maybe encourages them to download your guest app. You're really getting a good physical touch point before the stay. And so we're really excited about that one as well.
I like that. That one's a good one. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just asking because is it more than just bathrooms and kitchens and that sort of thing? Is it?
Yeah, I mean, as we grow, the offering will grow as well. The ask we've had a lot actually is for maintenance items. So because we can ship based on triggers, if someone needs a specific air filter shipped every 3 months, or certain batteries shipped every 6 months, we can, store those on their behalf and ship them right when they need them, just to make that pain of organizing all of that stuff in a warehouse or storage unit just a little bit easier.
Okay, that's very, very good. Okay. One last little question.
Please.
Does Sojo stand for anything?
It doesn't. It's short for sojourn, but it doesn't stand for anything. Okay. It's just a cute little name. I don't know if you've seen our branding, but we really like to have a lot of fun with branding. Branding's important to us, and we want to make sure it's important to property managers too, because of the product that we provide. So
yeah. Okay. Well, we're just about to wrap up the interview. Was there anything else that you think we need to know about Sojo that I haven't asked?
I don't think so. We've covered the bases. We are, at the end of the day, a pretty simple offering. We're just shipping you the goods that you need for your homes. And we'd love to chat with you.
Yeah. Well, I'll put all the details down in the description below, any links and things like that. If you have any questions for Joy, please pop them in the comments below on the YouTube channel. And Joy, thank you very much for your time. That was actually really, really interesting learning about Sojo. I would have used
Thank you so much. Yes, I would love to have you.
Okay, thank you very much, Joy.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.